Okay, we are live. It always takes a second, but hello to the replay people. Hello, hello. We're here to talk about our buddy pick and whatever else we read. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm very excited. We definitely got responses to the blacked out bingo board too.
I saw.
So there's no need to do a spinner because they're going to be 3 winners. I have them ready. So I'm excited to talk about our buddy pick too. I got some really good reads out of this round.
I saw a lot of people posting their TBRs, and a lot of people had really cool stuff on their TBRs. So
yeah,
I know. I was screenshotting.
Me too. And then like some people were asking for like recommendations, and I was just sending them your guys' videos. Like someone asked for a disability rec, and I was like, Avery has one on her channel.
Right? Boom, boom, boom.
That's why I made that graphic. I posted every Novellathon of the same like disability graphic.
I was just sharing that graphic over and over again.
Thank you.
Hello guys, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, this was definitely a fun Novellathon. I almost succeeded with daily vlogs.
Dude, I'm so happy that you did that. I was set every day. Oh God, they were so good. I'm just watching you do all of your looks. I had fun with that. Thank you.
I wanted to do every day, but then our power and like our Wi-Fi kept going off and on, and I was like, okay, I'm done. 4 days is good.
I need to watch them. I've been too busy.
I know this week was crazy for retail. I was like, oh my God. But I got a lot of reading in, and then I have been influenced to pick up more novellas, so that's always good. I have new ones on the roster. I'm going to continue on after this too until Halloween, obviously. I've got to read Halloween Peen or Halloween. Haven't read that.
Yes, I learned.
I did it. I have that one too, and there's an audiobook for it. Paranormal MMF, so I have to do that too. I didn't get to it. I have it right here actually. I got the audiobook. Frights and Fritter, like for the love of Frights and Fritters. After that, I was like, this is it, top tier. But I will say Zeke was so fine in this book.
We're gonna talk about our buddy pick. We're gonna talk about it. I loved it. Oh, I'm annoyed too. I am so annoyed about that. So if you guys didn't know, Jessica came back out of the blue. I think it was exactly a year. I think it was October of last year that she, stopped writing novellas. She dropped a new one, and it got flagged for, I don't know, breaking like Amazon guidelines or something like that. And yeah, the novella got taken down, which was super disappointing. Which, for the record, there was nothing like breaking the guidelines. The characters weren't underage. There wasn't any incest. Like it was strange.
I thought it was pirating. They flagged her for copyright.
Yeah, last time her own work because her stuff was being pirated so much. It was just too difficult to stay on top of. It was like, okay.
Yeah, but I think this one got flagged by readers specifically. I don't know if it was copyright. I think it was because a lot of people took the cover and thought it was like incest, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I looked. It was not.
Tiffany did the Lord's work.
Yeah, we both looked. Like we checked, and then it was like, okay, cool, game on. We're gonna read this together.
Mm-hmm. But if you guys still have it on your Kindle, if you checked it out already, you should still be able to view it. Tiffany can. I made the mistake of not saving it.
I swear they had to have taken it down like the day of, because I felt I didn't want to read it for the Novellathon because I was like, I don't want to read this without my friends. So I'm just gonna wait. It'll just sit there in my 20th spot as I rotate through books. Because if you have any book on KU and it leaves KU, you'll always have it if you just keep it in your library. Mm-hmm. So I have a few spots that are reserved like that.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, but it definitely makes me nervous because I had hoped that she was coming back like officially, but now I'm like, she's not going to want to with all of this craziness.
Well, who sent that screenshot about her fixing it?
I think she's motivated. Yeah,
it was on her Facebook group. Lacey sent it to me.
She sounds like invested in fixing it. So I was like, okay, that's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. Like, she sounds like she wants to fix it, that she's like working on it. That's all I care about, girl. Like, maybe she was pitter pattering and having a good old time, and she has like a few ready to go.
Like already set? Like she's been writing this.
Like, okay, I'm fixing it. Sorry, guys. Like, I think that she has more than just that one. I really do. I really do.
We're gonna have a live show, story time with Tiffany.
Oh my gosh!
I would do it. Oh my God.
That's
I
so
would
funny.
do it. I'm like, Jessa, please. That's also too. I'm like, I have to keep this, and then I want the woman to get her page flips too. So I'm like, I gotta like,
yeah.
Oh God, I'm so excited that I think she's back.
I hope
I'm just gonna
so.
put that out there.
I hope
Please,
so.
please, people.
Maybe she like took this year to like get the pirating under control or something. You know?
Yeah, maybe she was like building a team that could actually do it instead of her having to stay on top of it.
And I can, or like having a change of mind, because I can understand being just tired. Like,
yeah,
especially if it's a pin name and you're potentially doing something else, you know? Like, this is just
supposed for sure. No, she's for sure writing something else. 100%.
Yeah, like this is just supposed to be for fun on the side. Like, come on. Yeah. So, and it was kind. She left all her stuff up, but I'm ready. I do think that there's other stuff. I mean, if she had her own website, I would just be going on that.
And I mean, like, people who read Jessica K novellas were like loyal. Like, they love her. So
she just broke a bowl.
Oh no.
Let's get the puppy here.
Hello.
Puppy cam.
Oh my goodness. He's like, no cameras, please.
Gotta get comfy.
Well, see, now I have to ask you, like, what was your favorite novella this time around, Ava?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell other people. I have not gotten to the book club book yet. The book pick yet, because I was reading a different book for a different book club, whatever. But I got to read some novellas, so I will say, people might not know this. I actually don't like why choose romances when like it's one woman and a bunch of men.
It's like my favorite, but okay.
I know, no. I love poly. Like I love when everyone's together or they're sword crossing. It's why choose. You know what I mean? There's one woman and men want to be with her, but they don't want to be with each other. Like, I find that so boring.
Yeah.
Like, so
poly
boring.
romances are better, I agree.
And so I realized I read 3 why choose romances for the Novellathon, and at the end I was like, why did I do this? I didn't really like any of them.
Oh no.
Let's see. So I'm currently reading Bewitching the Boss by Jessica Kane.
And I love that one.
I'm really liking that one, but I have to finish it.
I love that one because it's like her in the beginning that's like obsessed with him.
Yeah, she's a stalker.
A little flip.
So like I went into these books not knowing that they were why choose, except for I read The Never King. That's like the Peter Pan one.
Yes.
That everyone really likes. It was fine. It was fine. But like I read 4 Psychos by Christy Cunning.
I've heard
yeah.
She's a ghost.
Yeah.
And they're like demon people, whatever. And I don't think I'm gonna continue that. Like, it's fine. Yeah, I was bored. I was bored. And then because I made sure to like utilize the audiobook services that I had. So like these were all on Audible Plus. So like 4 Psychos is on Audible Plus. And then this one, A Torn Page, is on Audible Plus. And I look at this and I don't think why choose. I do not. No, and this one's paranormal. This one's paranormal. And there's like 4 all different, you might like this, Samantha. It's a 4 different paranormal creatures get with this woman who's like the new queen of paranormal creatures, who's a ghoul, and she can only live by consuming flesh like a zombie. And they're like her mates, all 4 of them are. And like one's a vampire, one's another ghoul, one's a wolf. And then I might continue on with this series because there's sword crossing in it. So,
okay. Because I was like, I'm not hearing anything.
But there's only sword crossing when the heroine like comes into the mix. Like all 4 of them were like friends, and all of a sudden they find out she's their fated mate, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, now I like you." That's where I was like, "How did that change just because she came into the mix?" So 1 second, she's eating a makeup brush.
It might develop though. I also like, if there's not, I'm the same way. I need there to be sword crossing. Everybody needs to be loving on everybody. But if there isn't, I do like there to be like a friendship, because then I can just insert that. Okay.
Yeah, I can create my own queer storyline. It's fine.
Exactly.
I've been doing that for decades.
I'm like, whatever. I was like, okay, yeah, he's our best friends. Sure.
Right? Like, no, so I like white shoes and I like reverse harem, to be honest. But I do prefer poly romances.
Yes.
But I'm biased because I always want there to be multiple people, like all of the time. So
I get it. No, I get it, and I get why people like it. I don't know why it's just not in it, because like I like poly and everything. Like I love those books. Like you got me to read like Sugar Daddies. That was hot as hell.
Oh yes, by Jade West.
And and so, but like I don't know why. Like I read literally like the paranormal fantasy books where all these men want just one woman and there's no jealousy, and I'm like, this is so unrealistic.
Yeah, no, I feel you for sure.
I do like that compersion feeling. Like I think the first time I read it in a book, it was white shoes, and they weren't like together. They were all friends. So I like that friend dynamic where like they're best friends. It was like 3 guys, they're best friends, but they felt like I could kind of get it. It was no sword crossing, but like they'd be in the same room, and that feeling of compersion, like their best friend with the woman that they love, like made them like feel elated. And the author described that, and I'm like, I'll take this on a silver platter.
Like a companionship type of thing, especially if they're going to be like in a committed relationship. They're going to be living together. They have to be friends. Emily Rath did that good with her Pucking Around series, or Pucking Around. 2 of the guys are together, but one of them isn't. But he is like very much involved, and there's that, you know, family bond. So I don't know, it's good. But you know what I think you would like, Ava, if you're looking for a paranormal one, Britt Andrews has a series.
I know, yes, because I love her sapphic one. Her sapphic one is so fun.
She has one where the heroine is like an earth witch / demon, and she ends up having a romance with like 5 different guys, and some of them are in a relationship. It's a really good one. I forget what it's called. Let me look it up.
Let me do that.
Britt,
I will put on my TBR when you.
The Emerald Lake series. That's what it's called.
Okay.
I think the first book is called The Magic of Discovery. And you definitely do see the guys' romance develop between all of the books because it's a series.
Awesome.
Hold up. Nicola Davidson has a new poly romance? What?
She does have a few poly romances already.
I read all of them. I didn't know. I did not know that. She writes poly romance so good. I love the one. It's like 2 girls, 1 guy.
Yeah, and one's like she's like a seductress lady. Yes, she's like a dom. That one was really good.
That's good.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
My favorite book, though, was this one. This is Tryst or Treat.
Oh, I saw that.
Yes. She is a witch. She's a vampire. She's literally about to marry his son. And he comes walking down the aisle and is like, no, you're going to marry me instead. And that's the fiance's dad. And he basically forces them to get married. And it's fun. It's fun and witchy and cute. Look, she keeps jumping on my freaking makeup stand. Look.
She's our 4th host. She is our 4th host.
She is.
Come here. Come on.
I'd be such a bad babysitter. I'd be like, yeah.
Come here. Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna read this literally as soon as we click off. I'm gonna read this. I love Nicola Davidson, and her poly romances are so good.
I'm sold on that. That's done.
I need to see if there's an audiobook.
My standouts were all the cozy books I read. I read For the Love of Frights and Fritters. That was the first one I read, and I gave it 5 stars because of Tiffany's recommendation. So good. It's Halloween Town meets Hallmark. Our heroine is a vampire who ends up having like a fake dating romance with a warlock, and it is so cute, like so cute and very steamy actually. And then I am in the middle of reading Spookily Yours by Jennifer Chipman, and I'm also liking this one too.
That one looks really cute.
Yeah, the heroine is a witch. She ends up seeing this black cat everywhere. Her familiar just died, so she's like looking to get a new pet, and she ends up getting this black cat who turns out to be a demon who was cursed. Ooh, so she's helping him break the curse. Very much like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Halloween Town. Really liked this one as well.
Kind of hocus pocus if the cat turned into the hero.
Oh yeah, hocus pocus too. So if you're into those like cozy Halloween movies, this is a good one. I still have like 50 pages left, but I'm gonna say it's good.
Oh, I need to finish it. I still need to finish Hollow Grove by Lee Jacques. I'm not done with that.
Yes.
I need to read that.
Out of it. I'm like reading it out of the bind up. This is so
Oh, I
crazy.
forgot you got that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to read it before Caitlin gets in town. So I'm using it, and I'm loving it because it's brother's best friend, and they're having like a murder mystery party. She's helping her best friend with this party. Her best friend's brother has been needling her for years, and like this is his opportunity to get her to admit that his teasing actually makes her heated, and so I'm liking that. So I'm still like working my way through it, but definitely For the Love of Frights and Fritters has been my favorite. I really like Taste, which was like my first book of the Novellathon. It's short. I think I liked how it surprised me because I thought it was just going to be like, I'm good with just a spicy time. But, and it says a vampire quickie, but the idea of like how vampires are made, this was like my BIPOC author spot. Ooh. And I just loved it because she's centuries old, yet I will say she's a virgin vampire. Interestingly enough, Frights and Fritters had that kind of through line. I picked that up like after. So I was like,
I didn't like that because I was like, she's like 100 years old.
Yeah, I'm like, how is that? And so the way that is explained in Taste made so much sense. I was like, oh my gosh. So she can't, be like intimate with anybody for reasons. And then also just the idea of her deciding that she's going to make a mate and like what that initiates, how vampires are made. I thought it was fun. And I think it really got into like the history of it all. I thought that was like unique. I really thought this was good. Like that was kind of a standout. I haven't read anything kind of like that kind of made me look, a second glance at the Kindle when it comes to vampires in a while. So I'm like, oh, I thought we were just, gonna have a steamy time. So that was a lot of fun. That was like a standout for me. And I did like that Monster Hotel series, Claws.
The Guest with the Claws.
Yeah, this was like the Gillian Graves kind of like feel one by Ella Maven.
Was it good?
Yeah. I rated it 4 stars because I feel like it's good. I mean, the second in the series is coming out, but I had that. I mean, there was a lot more to it. I thought we were just going to be staying in the hotel. I liked the world and everything that's sort of going on. I can't really say too much, but I wasn't expecting the nodding to learn what kind of monster hero he is. Also, the little light stalking the dystopian world. And of course, she's the key to everything. But it was really good. It was really good. I'm like, okay, I'm getting this like heat situation. I'm getting the nodding. I'm getting, I like this. But yeah,
yes.
So how many novellas have we read so far, each of us?
I think I read 5 and then 6 if I'm counting this one.
Okay. I love how I asked that question and I don't even know mine.
I think 6 and then I'm like about to wrap up this 7th. Yeah.
Yeah. I read I read Risley Adams. Yeah.
6 and I'm reading 2. Because
how was Stitches?
Oh, Stitches was fun. You would love Stitches.
I love that cover. It's
dark. It's dark. It's kind of gory. So, because she's made out of other human body parts, and it's like traumatic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's traumatic. She like wakes up and like she was like for example, like she had like a tattoo on her arm and brown hair, and then she wakes up. She has blonde hair. Her tattoo's gone. Her skin color is like all mismatched, and she's like, "Who the frick am I?" And this like the doctor who like operates on like Sally's like a creator, right? He's like in this book, he's like this worm creature scientist dude, and he's creepy as shit. And his like job is to basically like lobotomize women.
Yeah.
And so there's like other women hung up in his laboratory around her, and she's like terrified. That's how it starts out.
I want to read this now. I'm gonna like that. I know that sounds dark, but I'm like,
it is very like it is kind of insta lovey, but I mean it's fine for it being a novella,
Does he? Okay, so there's an HEA.
Oh yeah, there's an HEA. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's just a little insta lovey. Like it's literally like one day and they say I love you. So
it's a novella, so I can forget.
But my Libby just got a bunch of Ruby's newest releases in audio form. So now I'm listening to Only the Clonely by her.
Oh, yes.
Only the Clonely. And then I'm also reading the Jessica Kane one. But I did read a historical novella that was actually really good. It was one of my favorites. And I didn't realize till I started it that it's actually a Christmas novella.
Oh, that's fine.
But it was my first Mary Jo Putney book.
Oh, I don't think I've read from her.
The Black Beast of, I don't know how to say that, Bellatere or something. This is the Beauty and the Beast retelling. You have a scarred hero.
Oh, I love that.
It was fun. Memory of Summer by Grace Draven. I read a Grace Draven one a couple weeks ago. It was Sunday's Child, and that one was also a Christmas one. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I loved it so much. Like
that was so good. I love that.
He's like from the Fae realm, and he gets cursed, and he has to spend some time with like literally Saint Nicholas, like be his elf. Mm-hmm. And he ends up meeting our heroine who can like see through his magic, which is something really, really rare. And then he meets her years later when she's an adult and has a kid, and he's like willing to sacrifice like everything for her. Oh my god, they're just so romantic.
For a novella. Really good. Her novellas are so good. I will say. I also loved I think it's Wyvern by her. That one's really good, where she falls in love with a wyvern shifter. That one is so good. And then there's also a mermaid one. The cover of that one's one of my favorite ones of all time.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I need to read that one.
Let me see. I'll just show you the cover. It's so good.
Nightmare King by Cat Blackthorn. Oh gosh,
I think she also wrote Cat Blackthorn. Didn't she write a sapphic monster one I really liked?
I like
what was it? Dang, now I have to look that one up. But that one was really good too. I need to read that one though. This is the mermaid one.
Oh, I actually have seen the cover. That one's cute.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Let me look at this Cat Blackthorn.
Your dog ate your spare glasses. That's so funny.
Poor thing.
My dog is
on my makeup table again. He's sitting up there.
My dog doesn't eat anything that's not edible. Like he will find a way to knock down any trash can he finds, like no matter where we put it. But he doesn't eat anything non-edible, which is good.
Found it. Lady Venom Takes a Mistress. This is perfect spooky vibes. It's sapphic. One of the heroines is like a demoness that controls snakes. And it's really good.
I'm going to have to read that.
I need to try that. The last Cat Blackthorn that I read was Ghost. I have not read any of the novellas. I need to try that. I'm hearting these right now.
The Merman, that was good.
Cool.
A dark sapphic rom-com switch. Okay, girl. So she's got a lot of stuff in here. I need to get back to this backlist. This looks so good.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll talk about Buddy Pick just for a second. Oh, that one looks good. So we read Boo Thang by Risley Adams. We love Risley Adams. She's the best. I gave it 5 stars. I selfishly read this before the Novellathon and then was like, we have to make this our buddy pick because it's so good. So if anyone read the buddy pick, let us know what you thought about it. It's a best friend's brother trope with an older heroine, so it has an age gap. And our hero Zeke has been like obsessed with our heroine Piper forever and ever, but he is in the friend zone. So when it's his 30th birthday, they end up sharing a kiss, and she sees him like in a different light. And he spends her birthday weekend with her in Mexico because she's a Halloween baby, and they have a really fun time. And I liked it a lot. It was so good.
It's so good. I liked it too.
I'm gonna read that before bed tonight.
You'll like it. It's short. I think it's only like 90 pages.
Yeah, I rated it 4.5. I'm like, I was obsessed with just how gone he was for her. And then also too, it was just like really cute how as soon as like he decides or like he decides that he's gonna go on the trip with her, like he seizes the opportunity. He just wants to spoil her and treat her like a queen. And it's like, what is there to like deny of that? Like he upgrades the flight to go. Her best friend's supposed to go with her and she gets injured. He upgrades the flight for her. Like, it's just like, she can't like ignore that this is a good decision. That she, like, it's just, and the way that he's like, just wants to take his time, spoil her, treat her. Like it just is so sexy. And then I think it also feels like a travel like novella too. Like they're off on the trip. Like I love that it's Halloween vibes. Like she's a Halloween fanatic. Like they're at this like resort, and she feels bad too because she does want more but can't see it past this trip. So it's like, keeping these secrets in Cabo. Like I was eating and lapping it up because she's just wants to worship her.
My pet peeve when it comes to brother's best friend or best friend's brother, whatever, scenario it is when the sibling is like unreasonably upset or anything like that. Because like at some point, if they're adults, like who cares if they get together? But the best friend in here actually is not upset and like totally wants them to be together. Yeah. And clocks it. She's like, why is there only one bed? I thought you
I know. I was like, girl, she knows. Cause like, they get to the hotel and like I loved how the reverse of that, like, can we get a king size and not the doubles actually? And she's like on FaceTime, like, oh, like there's only one bed. Oh, is he there? I'm like, she knows. She knows
the whole time. I love it. There's another one that she has but this one is a brother's best friend. Our heroine has a crush on her older brother's best friend. It's called Birthday Shot, I think.
Oh, Brie loves that one. Brie loves that book.
Oh, it's so good. Like, so it's our heroine's birthday, and she has been hopelessly pining after her older brother's best friend for a long time. So she's like, I'm going to get some birthday sex. Like, we're going to make this happen. Let's, give me my birthday gift now. And he's totally down for it. It's so good. That one's a good one, too.
Yeah, he was just like luscious. Like the way she describes his baritone voice, everything that he wants to like give to her. He just wants to treat her like a queen.
Yes.
And then I also like how he's just like, he wants more. So he's a little bit hurt when she's like, okay, I'm down to do this. We'll just keep this as a secret. Like that kiss. Like we're going to keep it here. And it's just like, I felt for him.
Yeah. But I haven't read a Risley Adams book that I haven't liked,
Exactly. Me either.
All her books are amazing. She's just so good at novellas.
I mean, he grew up. And I also like how his friends were in on it too. Like, what do you like? This is a dream. Like, are you high? Like you're going on a trip. I'm just like,
oh, so good. So good.
It's so it was hot and it was like just luscious.
Mm-hmm. I haven't read any Lily Gold books, I don't think.
I haven't either.
Lily Gold.
Let me look those up. I'm assuming they're reverse harem because that's what we were talking about earlier. Let me
okay.
I don't have my phone down here. So I have seen these. I don't know if I like the covers of those, to be completely honest with you, though.
Triple duty bodyguards.
Bodyguard? Wait, what?
Yeah. I love a bodyguard romance. Triple duty bodyguards, though. Like, what else are there?
Nanny for the Neighbors, 3 Swedish Mountain Men. Her titles are funny.
I know. See, and in my mind, I'm like, how would this look with people covers?
I know. I really don't like these covers, but I mean, the titles are fun.
The titles are spot on.
It reminds me of a book that Grace McGinney has. It's called Paper Heart by Grace McGinney. Our heroine is a marketing strategist. I don't know what she does, actually. I don't know if she edits or marketing, whatever she does. And she ends up getting a job for these guys for their business. And she doesn't really know what they do, but when she gets there, she realizes that they are like top 1% OnlyFans content creators. So she's like helping them edit their videos and do their marketing. And she ends up living with them. It's like a creator house, basically.
Wow.
And she ends up living with them, and it follows the romance. But I think it's Why Choose. I don't think it's poly, because I can't recall any of the guys being together. No, I think 2 of them are. Mm-hmm. That one.
There was this like TikTok that popped up during the week that I totally forgot to send y'all, but it was of this girl like being so excited that her new book was delivered to her. Like she bought a book off of Amazon, and it was a romance between a woman and a spoon.
Oh yeah, wait, it's Forked. I'm reading it for
Forked
November.
Is the first one. Forked is the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it was like, I'm reading Forks for November. This is so perfect. I love this algorithm. Yeah. I'm like,
That is so funny.
It's like the door.
Yeah.
did you see the one that they're like the reel that I was looking at? The creator was like, and this is such a cute fork. Like, look at the adornments on the bottom. I'm like, girl, stop.
So unserious.
I know
it.
it was so unserious. I'm like, click. Oh my god. I'm like, you get it. She gets
Those
it.
are so funny though. Those books.
Yeah, I still haven't read Stuffed, which is like the pillow.
The pillow one.
Like, oh, I've seen the pillow one. Yeah.
I'm like, for the first time, I'm like, why am I getting embarrassed? Last year, I decided to read Cookies, Cum, and Cream.
Yes.
I remember. You read it on a reading sprint.
And you know what? And then I get to the end of the year, and I'm so excited to look at my stats. And, you know, the longest book that I read, the shortest book that I read was that. And it was just like there with a big old cover for everybody to see. This is a representation of your reading. And I'm like,
oh my god.
And now I was thinking of some of the weird novellas I read this year, and they're going to be on that stat. How funny.
I was like, you know what? That tracks. You know what? I was like, this is true. That's true. That's true.
That is so funny.
Because it's 9 pages long. I'm like, that's gonna happen this year. I need to get the bid.
A French horn? I'm sorry? What's the title?
Oh god. I was like, everyone's like, are you embarrassed? I'm like, kind of. I was like, why is it so big? Because it's like the biggest stat. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's like one of the first ones too. It's like the longest book you read and the shortest book you read. It's like one of the first ones.
So when you screenshot it for your like stories, you're like, like,
That is so funny.
But it was fun. It was fun. Oh my god. I love those.
Oh my god. All right.
Okay.
I like how unserious some novellas are.
There's some interesting ones out there.
I'm gonna Google right now and see which ones pop up.
Because Jalapeno has like, I'm hearing.
I want to read that one.
Great spooky descriptors, very like festive flavors and the like. So I'm like expecting that to just be a funny bunkers time. I still too want to read Love Spell, which is the sapphic, witchy, like pining romance. And I do want to get in a graphic novel. I do want to read Pumpkinheads. I know it's YA, but I just kind of want to.
So cute.
Finally, no, it's cute. You'll like it.
So those I'm like really looking forward to because I keep seeing them. I have sheets through Libby, and I'm almost done with that. So
why is an Adriana Herrera book on this weird romance book list?
Which one would be weird?
Her Night with Santa.
Oh,
that one's not weird.
It's just not weird.
Why is it? It's on the same list with Unhinged. I was like,
no,
why is it the same list with Unhinged?
Adriana Herrera is coming out with a sapphic Omegaverse at the end of this month, and I'm like waiting. I'm like counting down the days.
What?
Yeah, it's a sapphic Omegaverse, and I am just so excited.
Oh, I'm definitely reading that. Stop it.
Yeah. I love the Christmas books. Her Night with Santa and Mangoes and Mistletoes and The Toy King. She writes a couple Christmas ones.
Heat and Run. Look at this cover. She nails it every dang time.
Yep, it's gonna be a fun time.
Ooh,
I'm so excited.
That one's good looking.
Oh my god. Yes, please.
I swear the people who make these Goodreads lists don't know the like definitions. Like there's this Goodreads list for unhinged romance books, and Belladonna is at the top.
What? Insane.
Like, I don't think people get.
Well, it's kind of like when you ask Google Maps for directions to some place that you know you've been 100 times, but you're just trying to navigate through traffic, and you're like, I know a better way. Okay, I know a better way. So,
oh my gosh, there's this B one with a B. B bad behavior, a pollinator love story.
Wow.
By G.M. Ferry, a pollinator and a florist. It's basically the B movie. Fan
but
fiction.
I was gonna say that's not surprising because when that movie came out, people were unhinged and making fan edits of that bee and that woman.
Well, they were being like
Yeah.
Oh, just saying, when I first saw that, I thought, because I was like, they kind of have a little bit of chemistry. I thought.
I'm making a new shelf on Amazon called Weird Romances, and I'm adding this.
I still haven't read the Pillow one, Stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the Pillow, are we serious? They're serious, and I haven't read it yet, so.
Yeah. But I will say, there is, a range, and people's version of what is unhinged and steamy could be very different from
That
what
is so
my
true.
version is. Like,
That is
especially
so
on TikTok when people are like, is this spicy or is this steamy? I'm like, I don't know what you read. Because some people look at, like, I don't know, Sarah J. Maas and Colleen Hoover and those people and think those books are steamy. And I'm like, oh, so we're reading different types of books. Like,
yeah.
So people have a different, a range
Yeah.
of what they think is crazy.
I know. That's very true. Same thing like with darkness levels. Yeah, same thing, just like on that scale. I'm like, I feel like I've just fallen down the rabbit hole. And that's why I just think it's fun. Like I'm like bonkers, like mating the mantis.
Exactly.
Forever change. I'll never be.
I'm like, I've read some weird shit, but I just need to know like your level of weird before I start giving out recommendations.
But if you know my weird shit and it's way more weird than what you do, you're gonna think I'm weird, and then we're not gonna be friends anymore.
Like, give me a baseline of what you are looking for.
Or at work, I tell them, I'm like, I'm gonna lie to you right now because you're asking me what I'm reading right now. I'm not gonna tell you about Squeal. I'm gonna tell you about I'm not. Oh, I was reading. This is when I was reading the Easter Bunny one. That one was actually good. I defended that one at work.
You said that one.
They're like, oh, let's see it, and it's like him, like the Easter Bunny on the cover with abs. So like, I will tell them like, we're not gonna discuss what I'm actually reading, but like, here's something else that I've read this week.
Of course, but there's also like that situation where people are like, they find out you're a reader and they ask you your favorite book. My brain goes blank, and then I will say the most random book ever, and I'm like, why the fuck did I say that? Like, that's not my favorite book.
Exactly. And it's hard to recommend because I'll ask people like, oh, well, what are you reading right now? Because they're like, oh, well, can you recommend me something? I'm like, what are you reading like right now? And then I kind of maybe go from there and say like what they may or may not like. That's so hard.
Fantasy. What do you want?
Yeah. Because she was like, she just had finished It Ends With Us, and I was like, okay, let me try to like go from there. Because I was like, girl, I'm not trying to like scandalo you.
Exactly.
What I'm reading for, Novellathon and right now. Because that was the day that's the day I was talking to April about Halloween. And she's like, what are you reading right now? And I was like, let me just lie because we're at work. Okay, I gotta get this show together.
And then I have several tattoos that are for books, so people will then ask like what they're about, and I'll be like, I just like strawberries.
You. I mean, you do like strawberries, so
I know. So I'm like, sometimes depending on the vibe, I will say what it is, and then other times I'm like, yeah, just thought it was cute, I guess.
At least took one of my highlights off. Somebody found my deep cuts. Like, I guess me just talking in my story. She's like, you were talking about Bound to Submit. I'm like, okay, we can talk. That was like, I was like, okay, so I have books for you. I'm like, I don't know. So I had to go through my old highlights and just maybe like take some of them off. Like, you were deep in there. I don't remember.
I mean, I did have to pre-block some people like that I work with. Just, just for I can have my safety to do whatever I need to do on here.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did. I didn't have when I worked at a school, I couldn't post any of my unhinged stuff or like show my face in anything. I was terrified. But now that I don't, I can do whatever I want.
Because now like my team, they know. When we get to other departments, I'm like,
It's that initial interaction, right? It's that initial interaction, but after that, it's like, okay, well, this is the truth, people. See, some people need to know, some people don't. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, because they were all in my face during Bridgerton. What is going on? Like, I was like, I am not the representative for the entire romance community. Girl, on my break, they were all at the office. I was like, what is going on? I thought something was going on at work. They're like, please explain this to me. Why do you? I'm like, what do you mean? What's going on?
And they're all coming to me to borrow the books, and I'm like, I only have so many copies, people.
Yeah. They're like, break it down. like I'm 3. I'm like, okay.
I agree, because it's not that I'm embarrassed, because I'm never embarrassed. It's more so like I don't want to talk about that right now when I'm working on an Excel sheet.
Yeah, right. I'm like wait, showtime is showtime. Can I please go get that up? Okay.
That's so funny.
It's fun though. Ow, S mastery inspired tattoo. Like it's explained. Yeah. It's like, oh, and it's an intense. Plus, I get so passionate about books. It's almost like when I ask somebody how are they doing, I'm prepared to hold space for that person. Just because like the friends that I have, like some of them are therapists, some of the life that I led. So if I ask you how are you doing, I'm willing to sit with you if you're not doing well. Like that's I don't just ask that lightly. I just say hi, bye. Okay, if I'm at work with people. So if someone's gonna like ask me about my favorite book, which I hate, it's always so hard. I can't land on it. But if we're gonna go there, like I'm gonna get passionate. I'm going to get loud. I like dying that down at work is so difficult. But that's why, like, I just love our space because we can geek out about this, or we can talk about finding a stuffed pillow romance and just like cackle about it because it's so fun. And then also talk about like the most like heavy hitting and like moving romance. Like Bradley, I'm still thinking I was gonna reread Bradley, the MM Dragon, like Beauty and the Beast, like retelling novella because I really liked that. I'm like, this is romantic. I thought Bradley
Brierly.
I was
Oh
gonna
yeah.
I love that.
I loved that one too. That one was a buddy pick a long time ago, and I think about that one a lot as well.
Me too. I was gonna reread that. So it's like no matter like what the degree, I'm going to talk about it. And so it's like, please don't open and unleash the beast when I'm trying to like make this check. Like I'm trying to code switch and you're like blurring the lines.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you something funny and like unhinged I did the other day. So because we were talking about dating, right? So I'm not really someone who likes dating apps personally. I love just kind of vibing by myself. But I had done it like honestly for the plot. I'm not gonna lie. It was for the plot. And I had jokingly told Lacey, I was like, what if I just like take a picture of some Brandon Sanderson books and like post it on my profile not my profile picture, but like in the feed. And I was like, because then I'll get like a bunch of fantasy bros.
You will. Be careful.
Oh my word.
It was funny how many people reacted to that one photo. It was just like a layout of Brandon Sanderson books. And I was like, this is totally toxic. But I'm like, I don't care.
For the plot.
Hilarious. And I did it like such like off like randomly. I was like, I wonder if I post these, will like all the fantasy bros actually comment? And they sure did. That was so funny. I just thought of that randomly right now when you were talking about it.
Out of the freaking corners of the freaking earth. All it takes is a flat lay. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know. I need to take some pictures in front of like Death Note, in front of like I'm so afraid to go on apps. Like
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm kind of
trenches,
paranoid at it too.
It's awful. I was literally complaining about it yesterday.
You know what though? I didn't have the worst experience with it. I actually felt like I was the toxic one because I felt like people that I was interacting with were like really, really serious, and I wasn't. Like that's not the place I was at. So I was like, you know what? I feel like this is a waste of other people's time. So let me take a step back. But yeah,
I get the opposite. Either either the guys who send me likes, all of them are ugly. I'm not gonna lie, like they're ugly. They're not good looking. I'm sorry, like no, and they're not good looking. And or the very rare times that I do match with someone, either they cannot hold a conversation, like men do not know how to ask questions, and I refuse to ask 3 in a row without you even saying, "What about you?" Like, hello? Yeah. Or they just want sex.
Yeah.
Which not personally my thing. So
I've stumbled into a workplace friends to I don't know what we're doing. He's like a cinnamon, like if he was a book hero, he's like cinnamon roll.
Like Ren Bergman?
Like wife husband type of dude. And I'm not
He's a Ren Bergman?
Huh?
He's a Ren Bergman?
Yeah, he's very like I thought, so I say all this stuff like I love communication, but then when you get it, I'm like, oh, okay, like
This is new.
communicative and like very like affirming, and I'm like, I don't take compliments well. Like I'm just like, I feel like stunted. Like we're just, I don't know. I feel like I'm in middle school. Like I feel
that is so cute though.
So
let yourself have nice things. Let yourself have nice things.
We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to be slow and like healthy about it. Cause I'm used to men just being like, I'm here for one thing. So he's like, yeah, that would be nice, but and I'm like, wait, what? Like you're still here? Cause we've been friends for a long time. So I'm like, this is just strange. So
I'm so happy for you.
Updated.
I'm like, oh, and I feel like I'm like, oh, I get it. I'm gonna be a lot nicer to heroines now. Somewhere.
I know sometimes I am so judgmental.
I know, I'm like, bitch, I'm like, oh, because I was like reading, like even with Halloween Boo, I was like, Boo thing, I was like, yeah, I kind of get it. Like, I kind of get it. Like, you know, but anyway. It's been interesting because I would be afraid to be on these apps. Like I think like that's me. I would do it for the plot, but then to go on a date, that's where I'm like,
it's terrifying.
To actually go out on a date out here.
It's terrifying. It's awful. And then like for people who don't know, like today I went to try and meet up with like my first in-person book club in Austin for a book club I met online, but you meet in person once a month, and no one showed up. And that's what I bet women feel like when they get stood up. I was literally like looking around like feeling like an idiot, like trying to find these women, and no one was there. And I'm like, this is what people feel like when they get stood up. And I bet that happens a lot on people on dating apps.
Totally, because you did all the preparation, like the makeup and the getting ready was you reading the book. You didn't
That's why I look like a human today.
Yeah.
Luckily, that has never happened to me before, but I've only ever been out with people through dating apps because men do not approach me in real life. So.
Oh, I know. I'm like, I don't understand, you know. I mean, I think it would be difficult, so I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I know I did the dating app thing for the plot, truthfully. I worked at a bank, so I feel like that is a really interesting place where people just like spill your life stories to you all the time there. So I would meet a lot of people surprisingly working at the bank. But I had to stop that because that did not go well either.
I would get approached. I get approached by like couples that were. I'm like, our show's in a casino, so I get couples that are like, "What are you doing after work?" And I'm like, not really like unicorning right now. Or like with people at work, they try to like feel you out. So like women, they're like, I know if we're flirting, we want to know like if I flirt with you, like girl, I'm saying you look good because I'm saying you look good. I'm not just like saying, you know. So you try to have to feel people out, and they're like, okay, like are you just straight? Are you just bi? And I have to like let them know, like, oh no, you can like flirt. But it's like with guests and stuff, like I meet people all the time, and it's always like these like overly charged advances. I'm used to all that. And then, you know, they're a little drunk. So like they're oversharing. They want to have a good time. And I'm just like, these streets are wild. Yeah. Like, have no home.
That's how it is in the bank. That is exactly people will tell you their entire life story. And I'm just like 20, 40, 60.
Yeah.
Say.
And like I'm a chatty gal. Like if I see you and you're stunting in these aisles, I'm gonna talk to you. Okay. And it's you know, I'm gonna do that. But I thought I was bad. I feel better though. I feel better after working at my show because people are out here. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I also feel better too because there are so many people out there that, if anything, they're out there just like me, just like a lot of my friends that are like, oh, they really want real connections with people and they feel like it's difficult to find, you know. So that's helpful. And like I just love reading my they're looking for community. And I think also too, people get excited, I think, when they like hear that I read at work, or that I think they're just excited that you're a part of a community. Like another friend of mine's like in gaming, like they, you know, people are just like starving for community. So I'm so happy that we have one because it animates my life. I don't know what I would do without like Romance Landia. I really don't.
Yeah.
It animates my life. It really does. It's the vibrant. It's every like book that I pick up, I can share it with you guys. I feel like scrolling is productive. I can check in on people. I can check in on the videos, seeing like the same names in the chat. It's so comforting to me. I don't care whose live I'm on. Like everyone supports everybody. It's just really nice. Like it's like it animates my life. Girl.
Yeah. And you learn so much too because everyone has like a different story as well of how they started reading romance or what they're going through in their personal life. So it's a nice place.
Yeah, I love it. And how they see it. Like it's fun. It's fun.
All right. We got off on a tangent, but should we announce the winners or are you going to do that on your Instagram?
I'm going to announce them here because there are 3.
Okay.
Starting with, and these are going to be for $10 Amazon digital cards. One will be going to Carol Ann.
Yeah. She was here. I hope she's still here.
I know. I hope she's still here. She should know because I started out the live saying there were only 3 entries. So if you entered in, you made it. So, okay. Next is going to be Lynn. Lynn made it in. She scooched in from the Romance Library. Yes. And then we have Miss Rachel Hernandez. Miss Rachel Hernandez, yes. So I will
be... she's still here for sure.
Yes. So I'm going to be doing that as soon as we get off. I will be sending it to the email that you provided in the form. I'm so excited. I was happy. I was like, well, maybe somebody, I'm like, it was hard. For me, I didn't get a blackout. So I'm like, well, maybe
I didn't.
I tried. I was like, maybe this is going to be a little difficult, but hopefully somebody like submits. And then I started getting excited because I was like, okay, people are going to win. And then, you know, we'll do 3 instead of 2. Who cares?
All right. So those are the giveaway winners. You'll get all the information. Thank you guys for joining us for the Novellathon as always. We love doing this so much. We don't know when we're going to do it next, but we love doing it regardless. All right, guys. We will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us.